Welcome to SPORTFISKEMÄSSAN. No, I said that completely wrong. This is the Swedish sport fishing fair, and this year it's in Stockholm. As you can see behind me, the Wolfcreek guys are busy assembling their booth, as is everybody else. It's about 3 hours before the start, so it's a bit hectic. People have been erecting their displays for the last 2 days, and it's kind of like the last minute of panic to get all your goods on display. I'm going to whiz around a few stalls and hopefully get one or two people on camera that you might just recognise. So stay with me and we'll see who we can find. Collared somebody who's got a very special story to tell. So,
hello, good morning to you all.
Tell us the story of the big pike.
Yeah, well, the story is simple. I was fishing for perch, and
shh, don't tell anybody.
Yeah, no. That's the secret between you and I. No, I was fishing for perch after like 4 days hardcore pike angling with big lures and so on. And on the last day of our trip with Truman, Stefan Trumstedt and me, we said, okay, skip the pikes and let's go all in for a big perch. And then after a couple of casts, it was a huge one, a big fish. It was clearly measured 135.
135 centimeters, that's crazy.
Yeah, 135 centimeters. And we weigh it on a accurate scale, and it was in total with the net was above 23 kilos, and getting the net off it was 21 and some grams.
And as we reckon, it's equivalent, if it was just over to the British record, but obviously it was caught in Holland. But
yeah,
Evert, that's super.
Yeah.
Now, before I let you go, just tell me how Stefan reacted when you were playing the fish.
He was dancing like a small child. He was even more happy than I was.
That is the beauty of angling, isn't it?
And he caught so many big pikes in his life, and he said, "Wow, this is the biggest pike I ever saw."
Yeah, and he shared the success with you.
Yeah. And Stefan and I, we go away like 15 years already, maybe more. And it was for me extra special that he was in the boat netting the fish for me. And you, well, fishing guys, you know it, it's always a team effort. It doesn't matter who will catch it or who isn't. But it was like really great to get that special fish with him.
Just to give you some idea of the scale of things, this is the casting tank. We're fishing it. This is brilliant. So on stage, there'll be several celebrities doing 3 days, 4 days, casting their different brands of lures into this tank. And then you get all of these people behind me who are seated, standing, will listen to the guys explaining. Hope you can hear me. And they can explain how the lures work in the water. That is a brilliant idea. And if you can see as I'm walking away, it's huge. And obviously, pride of place opposite is the CWC stand. So, yeah, there'll be people like Truman, Stefan Truman, Pierre, and all that like you see on Fly vs Jerk. They'll be at this stand here. And all the celebs you see on YouTube will be casting into that over the next few days. Will they ask me, I hear you say? There's a price for that, you know.
So these are the wooden lures for 2023. We focused on the cub, which is a smaller jerkbait slider type of lure. Classic color, the white fish. Love it. It's another version of it, but you can see that I've done this color in lots of versions. And then there are some other cool colors. We got also the Wolf Twitch. It's a 10-inch Twitch with a quite loud rattle into it. This one. We got the big reverse skinny and the Wolf, the classic. So we're gonna do the release 9 o'clock Friday. Yeah, welcome.
So as you can see, there's a lot going on. I'm going around to the vision stand. Let's see if we can see somebody who's very famous. I don't know if they're here yet. No, look, the vision stand is completely empty. Don't know where they are. Now, opposite the vision stand, there's this massive casting area. So there's lots of fly fishing demonstrations go on here, a lot of fly casting. Again, people with mics, loads of people watching. A lot of room behind for the back cast, obviously. It's obviously because that's where the fly casting takes place. Vision, have the prime slot opposite it. This is all incredibly well thought out. I believe there's thousands of people get here during this, over the 3 days. It is 4 days now, absolutely mental. Another area here for presentations. So anglers will come up here and give presentations on obviously different products, on schemes that are going on within Sweden for fish conservation and so forth and so on. This is just so well thought out, and obviously it caters for an awful lot of people. For you kayakers, here's the Rail Blazer stand. So if sitting in a little plastic tub is your thing, they have everything that you need for Rail Blazer. And it's not just fishing, it's outdoor life as well in Sweden and Finland and Scandinavia. So there's all sorts of brands here. Here is a, well, I presume it's a camper revamper type firm. Lots of outdoor clothing. Sadly in England we haven't got space to do all this big water fishing, which is such a shame because it would be beautiful. But there are lots of stands with boats, more boats, and all the equipment that you would need to get out on the big open water. You wouldn't believe the amount of companies selling lures and independent retailers and shops. If you watch Fly vs Jerk, you'll notice that Jigger.nu, they are, I've pronounced that really badly, but they are over here. And they got their shop stuff here as well. It is just mental. You can just whiz through here. Hi there. Well done on Fly vs Jerk. Everybody here is so friendly, so I keep turning the camera off because I don't want to shove the camera in front of these guys' faces because it's not fair. They're busy getting their stands ready. But you'll see quite a few faces that you see on productions like Fly vs Jerk. I try not to harass them because it's not fair. They're lovely and they'll speak. They don't want the camera in their face. Might catch them later on. But this is a different environment. It's very relaxed. Everyone's so friendly. And I'll show you the next couple of days, there will be thousands upon thousands of people visiting. It's amazing. So it's very important that these businesses and companies get across their new lures, their new clothing range for the year, their new rods and so forth, because this sets them up for the whole year's fishing and outdoor life season. We have a smaller casting platform here, obviously no hooks on the lures with this one, for obvious reasons. And we've got somebody practicing early doors. Here we have Svartzonker. I don't think Klaus is here yet. There's Svartzonker. This is the favourite part of the whole show for me. This is where the independent bait builders are. So it decreases in the size of brand basically as you go down. So if you look behind me, I'll show you some close-ups in a minute. We have so many baits, and these guys have probably started at home, probably in their shed, making these lures. And when I first came here 5-6 years ago, you get the odd seat and the odd table with people sat on them, and now look at it. It's just got bigger and bigger and bigger. So I'm going to walk down here quickly. All these guys I'm whizzing past are all basically independent bait builders. So they've all made their own starter baits. There'll be hand-carved baits, hand-painted baits, there'll be plastic baits that they've hand-painted themselves. And you can just see how many small stalls there are. And what I'm going to do off camera, because I don't want to harass them with the camera in their face, I shall go down and find some really, really individual baits that you just simply cannot buy off the shelf. So this is where all the independent bait builders are. And I'm still walking down the aisle where they are all. I'm just going to spin around so you can see behind me, and it finishes off down there. So this whole aisle is all the independent bait builders, and this to me is the best part of the whole exhibition, because the baits you find here are out of this world. The paint finishes, paint jobs on them are simply unique. A lot of these guys were painting ice hockey helmets, spray cans, and that's how they learnt the art, and they've developed it onto fishing lures. So it's really, really interesting when you get to Orkington to see how they started off. Going to find a guy called Magnus Diesner. Now Magnus is a lovely guy. He's one of the reps for CWC, and he covers something like 70 tackle shops in the southern to mid part of Sweden. So he has a massive range of shops to cover, and he's going to explain about a couple of new lures that are out this year from CWC that'll be really, really interesting to the UK angler.
Hello guys, Magnus from CWC fishing team. I'm going to show you two new lures. The Piglet Chat 12 centimeters for sander, very nice bait for sander. And the new Inquisitor from Strike Pro, a shallow bait for big perch. Really nice jerk bait.
Beginning of day 2, and everyone's quite relaxed by the looks of things. Here at the Wolfcreek stand, everyone's busy working away, and we're getting ready to restock all the shelves. So it's this Friday morning, and we think this is going to be the manic one. And there's wooden baits ready to sell this morning, so I'm going to video that. And some of these other stall holders are worrying me a little bit. I've just walked down here. The Z-Man guys are organised. Bit worried about Svartzonker. They've only just turned up, very relaxed. Good morning, gentlemen. You're very relaxed this morning. You're late. Yeah, so it's about 8:30, half an hour to go, and yeah, some of these guys are, yeah, no worries. We'll get there when we get there. So it's absolutely empty at the minute, obviously, because there's no general public in, which is lovely. And in about 45 minutes, this is going to be absolutely heaving. Morning. Here at the Vision stand, thought I'd try and collar a few guys. So I'll get Nicholas to wave. Mr. Bauer, give us a wave, please. So you're doing all the work?
Have to.
Catch you later, guys. Have a good day. Everybody is super friendly around here. It is amazing. And if you're into your fishing, you need to come over to Sweden and visit these fishing fairs, because you just see so many people that you see on YouTube channels. And it is awesome. It just is the way that we should all collaborate together. I'm at the Svartzonker stall, and there's a really strong hotbed of bait building in Sweden, of which Klaus Clausen, who you would have seen on a live on my Facebook page, no doubt, he has a background in bait building. That's his passion. So even though this is his company selling baits, he really truly believes in giving people a head start when they're learning to build their own baits and actually helping bait builders. So they sell all the silicone here that anyone's going to need. all the curing products. They sell all the dyes you're going to need. And I find this quite incredible. Sorry, excuse me. They actually sell the molds you need as well. So these are baits that Svartzonker actually produce themselves. They're the same molds, and they actually sell these to the general public just to give Swedish anglers who are into their bait building a really good head start. So this is quite amazing. This is something that we need to understand in the UK, that it's not just about selling baits, it's about promoting the sport and getting everybody into one part of the product development, if not just using the baits, actually making them themselves. So Svartzonker, that's an amazing thing that you do, and it's a big thumbs up from me.
Hey guys, hey England, this is Jocke from Svartzonker. Just want to show you some baits that could be useful this summer maybe. We have the new McRubber Offset, 15 centimeters and 19 centimeters. This is a perfect bait if you want to fish close to or even in the grass. So keep a lookout for these ones. And then we have to take a look at the Ugly Louie. This is the most unbeautiful bait you will ever see, but it has one good thing. It catches big pikes. Check this one out. See ya.
Saturday morning at the sport fishing fair, and this is the biggest day of the 4 days. And if I turn around here, the queue is starting to form, as you can see behind me, hopefully. And this is where we get the mad rush. So we've got 5 minutes to go, and this is going to be a hectic but brilliant day.
Hello, it's Andreas from Wolfcreek at the Sportfish Fair 2023. Just gonna present this bait. It's a monster shad from Wolfcreek trout. Really nice handmade one with an internal rigging. So it's just getting the rings and hooks on it, start fishing. Heavy bait, big bait, 34 centimeters, 400 grams. So check it out.
Hi guys, Andreas from Wolfcreek Lures here. We have the new 30 centimeters fabric shad in Northern Pike, and the other one is the 25 centimeters. These lures will work real good in the UK. The Skinny Wolf and the Skinny Wolf Junior in stock now.
Sadly, I didn't see the fair on the Sunday as I flew home on the Saturday night, but I have got some fantastic memories of loads of lovely people that I have known for a long time, and one or two newbies as well. What was really interesting were the totals for the fishing fair. If you look at the official figures, we can see that it was really well attended every day. The Saturday was a really busy day, and the total of 19,604 is a record for SPORTFISKEMÄSSAN. So it just leaves me to say thank you for everybody I met during the 3 days I was there, and obviously to the Wolfcreek crew. I love you all, and I will see you next year.